Happy May! It's good to see you. Thanks for starting your day with us. Thanks for starting your work week with us. Thanks for starting your new month with us. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. I am Dan Kuntz, your host, and we are back at it here on this Monday, 3rd day of May 2021, and it's a jam-packed program, usually on Mondays. Well, if you're familiar with the show, you know how we deal with the days of the week. Monday, I'm here, Megan is here, we don't work real hard on Mondays. And then Tuesday rolls around, and it's pretty much like Monday. By Wednesday, we kind of lean forward a little bit, put a little effort into the show. By Thursday, we got a little momentum, and on Fridays, we guarantee you a 5-star show or double your television pleasure viewing back. But we're going to give you a 5-star show today. Weather, pretty nice too for the most part this week. Big cool down, big changes coming this weekend, but for the most part, very pleasant early May weather. We're still going to have a little bit of wind. Man, was it windy on Saturday. Whew. It was a crazy day. Our average wind speed on Saturday was 17 miles an hour. Doesn't seem like much, but that's the average wind speed. It was windy all day. They had gusts up near 40. It was pretty crazy. Great day to fly a kite. Not so much to televise a baseball game, but we got it through. We'll have highlights of Wenatchee and Brewster baseball. Quite a bit of news to get to. We'll have everything else that we do for you on this program, including the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, an opinion from Mike Magnotti. And it is Chelan week here on this television program, pretty much all week long. We're going to play back some interviews that we taped up in the beautiful, idyllic hamlet of Chelan in the Chelan Valley. And batting leadoff today, Holly Brown from Siren Song Winery. She's talking about the annual Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival coming up on the 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of this month. We had a great time up at the Siren Song Winery. That interview in the back half of the program. Let's take our tour at 2 minutes after the hour, 46 degrees under high clouds. By the way, for the record, Saturday we hit 68. Yesterday's high was 70. That was above normal. Our sunrise this morning, 5:40. Sunset tonight, 8:16. That means 14 hours and 36 minutes of daylight. On this Monday, good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. You're looking good. Valley always looks good. Camera number 2. Let's pay a visit to Arando Rock. Hello, Arando Rock. Are those boats out there? I wonder if they're I can't really see the monitor between the lights in the studio and the fact that I can't see very well anymore. Don't really know if those are boats out there, Lake Adiat. Turtle Rock, of course, jumps right at you, right in the middle of the screen. Turtle Rock, it got its name because it's a giant rock. And way off in the distance, Mission Ridge. The snowmelt continues in the higher elevations. Good morning to our friends on US 97. Camera number 3. We're off to see Omi Gardens, the Otobashan Bridge in the middle of your screen. And, of course, if you've been traveling over the Otobashan Bridge, you notice they've been doing a lot of that prep work for the big bridge repair pavement and deck repair pavement project. That begins in earnest today. So starting today, they're going to be working 24 hours a day, but you're going to be finding very slow going over the Otobashan Bridge in both directions. It's going to be reduced to single lanes in both directions, and they're going to go shifting back and forth so they can expedite the work. They'll be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're not going to stop until they're done. It's going to take a couple of weeks. Just a heads up, the Otobashan Bridge will be tied up pretty good from the Easy Street area on the Wenatchee side to Cascade Avenue on the East Wenatchee side. By the way, the speed limit will be reduced to 35 miles an hour, so the heavily traveled Otobashan Bridge is going to be rough going for the next couple of weeks. Just wanted to let you know about that. Camera 4. Hello to, ooh, we found snow. That looks almost like Lake Wenatchee. Is that Two Rivers? Wow, that's the Two Rivers camera. I think she flipped that up to the White River Valley. I think that's flipped 100% around. That's pretty cool. I'm getting confirmation from Megan that is in fact the case. So if we turn the camera 180 degrees, we see Lake Wenatchee. She has it turned up the other way to the White River Valley, a beautiful area there, and still a little bit of snow, or that could be melted snow. There's probably quite a bit of standing water in that area. That's the White River Valley looking to the northwest of Lake Wenatchee. That is sweet. Is it skeeter time up there yet? Boy, the skeeters can really get to you in the Lake Wenatchee Fish Lake area in the spring once the snow melts and there's a lot of standing water. The skeeters go crazy up there. Not real sure yet. If you're a Lake Wenatchee resident, let me know if the skeeters are out and about. So that's our tour of north central Washington and the Wenatchee Valley. Now, as far as the weather is concerned, kind of a roller coaster, not bad today. Partly cloudy skies, about 70, 71 degrees. A little wind, not much, a light northwest wind, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wind will be picking up a little bit of intensity tonight, 44 for the overnight low, a little breezy at times. And then we're going to be under the influence of high pressure. So as you can see, Wednesday, partly cloudy, 78, will be 75 on Thursday. And then here comes the big changes. For the weekend, the clouds will begin to increase and thicken up. We'll have some wind. We'll have a little bit of light rain on Friday, cooling down to seasonal norms on Saturday and Sunday. Again, our normal high this time of the year is right around 68 degrees, so we'll be a little bit above normal, then well above normal by the middle of the week, and then we'll be back to below normal on Friday. So there's a lot going on weather-wise, but the next couple of days, pretty darn quiet. They haven't really been in agreement with all the computer models that they use and what may happen starting on Wednesday and Thursday, but they think high pressure is going to come on in and make us fairly dry and fairly mild. It is 6 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick 1 minute break, and then when we come back, we will have your news on this Monday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
It's the huge grand opening of Click It RV in Moses Lake. Click It RV and the RV manufacturers have joined together to offer huge incentives and savings.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Everything is coming up zero, with zero down, zero payments for 90 days, zero worries, lifetime warranty, and zero for a solar panel with any RV purchase. It's a 000 grand opening going on now at Click It RV in Moses Lake. And get into Click It RV for parts, service, new and used during this huge grand opening sale.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
Just about 8 minutes after the hour, 46 degrees in downtown Wenatchee. We'll get up right around 70. Mixture of clouds and sun, a little wind at times today and tonight. Significant warm up by the middle of the week, significant cool down by the end of the week and into the weekend. And here are your headlines. A 28-year-old Quincy woman and her 4-year-old passenger were hospitalized Friday night. This was following a single-car accident on State Route 281, 4 miles south of Quincy. According to the Washington State Patrol, Laura Garcia Lopez was driving southbound on the highway about 9 p.m. Friday when she attempted to turn left onto Road 6 Northwest. Her 2016 Kia Soul failed to negotiate that turn, struck a concrete culvert, and rolled on its top into the adjacent irrigation canal. Both Lopez and the child passenger transported by ambulance to Quincy Hospital with unknown injuries. Lopez faces charges of driving too fast, second-degree negligent driving, and improper child restraint. Washington Governor Jay Inslee says that there are new guidelines coming that will allow people who have received full COVID-19 vaccinations more freedom, attending events, including school graduations, church services, and the like. After warning that a fourth wave of COVID-19 is now hitting Washington, Inslee said getting more people vaccinated is key to ending the pandemic. The governor said the new guidelines on full vaccinations, people who have been fully vaccinated, will be up and running by the middle of this month.
We also will be announcing new guidelines that will allow spectator events in sports, performing arts, school graduations, to be able to be with other folks who are vaccinated. Another benefit of getting vaccinated, we'll announce those shortly. So if you want to be with a group of people at the Mariners games, you're going to be able to do that, whereas if you're not vaccinated, you won't be able to do that. Same thing with performing arts and school graduation. Ability to have school graduations will be much more flexible to allow people to have those graduation ceremonies. There will also be changes for religious organizations to those rules. So the same thing, your church will be able to have people who are vaccinated in an area where you're close to your congregants. If you want to go to college, it will be a benefit to be vaccinated. We know Washington State has made a decision and several other of their private colleges. We anticipate more colleges will make announcements in that regard, and I am supportive of those efforts. We simply can't have these outbreaks.
Also, Governor Inslee lashed out on Thursday at the Fraternal Order of Eagles and Republic for what he said were a series of public events that were held in April that were designed to flout the state's COVID-19 guidelines. The Regional Health District for Ferry County said Thursday they have traced 95 new cases of the virus to attendees of the April 9th and 10th events, 7 of whom have been hospitalized. One of the Ferry County residents is currently under care at Central Washington Hospital here in Wenatchee.
Now, not everyone has been participating in this effort. I heard about a bunch of people over in Ferry County decided to have a series of social events, in part to show that COVID didn't matter. They wanted to show that COVID is no big deal. That was at the Eagles Club, I'm told, over in Republic. They flouted public health guidelines, they ignored clear science, and it ended up turning into a super spreader event. As a result, there was an outbreak. And today there have been more than 80 people infected in Ferry County. It's taken a tremendous toll on the community, on their healthcare system, and on businesses. We all have a stake in getting vaccinated and continuing to be careful in how we live our lives. And we've seen that in Ferry County. We don't want to see that in other places.
2 elementary school principals will take up their new jobs in the Wenatchee School District starting on July 1st. Janelle Royster will become the principal at Washington Elementary, and Socorro Yanez will take the principal's job at John Newberry Elementary School. Royster has been an assistant principal at Orchard Middle School. Yanez came to the district 10 years ago as a bilingual elementary teacher. Superintendent Paul Gordon says the two were selected after a lengthy search and interview process. 2 Wenatchee businesses are among the 6 finalists who will be competing for up to $200,000 in awards at the Flywheel Angel Investment Conference. That'll be May 20th here at Wenatchee. It's organized by the NCW Tech Alliance, formerly known as GWADA. The event provides investment funds for startup companies. Among the finalists is Cognitin Med of Wenatchee. They have developed an app that connects medical providers and Wenatchee business. PetHub. Also among the finalists, PetHub creates a data platform that stores information on pets. About 2 out of 3 Americans diagnosed with COVID-19 will still be experiencing complications up to 6 months later. It's the so-called long COVID. That was the topic of concern last week in a hearing at the House of Representatives. 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier pointed out that long COVID can affect kids too, and the best defense is vaccination, something that's still not out of reach for people younger than 16.
I have to note that Pfizer submitted a request for emergency use authorization for children 12 to 15 years old several weeks ago. Do you have any idea why we are not moving as quickly with that approval as we did for adults? Because we had that, out to the public, I think within a week or so. And I as a mom of a 12-year-old, and I know moms everywhere are wondering, especially with long COVID, when can our kids get vaccinated?
I, as a grandfather of a 14-year-old, am wondering the same question. So yes, I know Pfizer did submit their data seeking EUA for kids 12 to 15. FDA has been looking at it. I think, to be fair, it took FDA 2 weeks with the adult data before they convened their advisory committee and had the public discussion. But it has been a little longer than that. I don't have insight into what's happening in the internal workings of the FDA. I'm sure they've been a little busy with this J&J circumstance, but I'm hopeful, as you are, that they will come forward pretty soon with a rendering of a judgment here, and they will have to convene their public committee so that everybody gets to look at this. Obviously, everybody wants to be sure, if we're talking about kids, that there's no new safety concern there. But yeah, wouldn't it be great if we could do that and not have to wait until the fall when school starts up, but get started now this summer, immunizing those high school kids and middle school kids too. I would love it.
It sure would be nice. Summer camp is coming up.
Yes.
So I have another question for you, because we're doing our own research here. Israel is a country that has medical records on everybody from the day they're born. They had high rates of COVID like we did. They also now have astounding rates of immunization. I'm just wondering if we are kind of collaborating with Israel on the question of long COVID?
We certainly follow the Israeli literature closely because the benefits that you just described are allowing them to pour out new information to share with people that's very valuable. We also work with the World Health Organization on the long COVID effort, and it's probably primarily through that relationship with WHO, who are also very vested in this because this is a problem seen everywhere in the world. I just want to mention that this is not unique to America. It makes common sense, but it's being seen in every country pretty much. So I've spoken to Israeli colleagues through that relationship, and also a panel that's convened regularly by the European CDC, where they bring leading CDCs from other countries together. Israel is always in that group. You remind me that I'm going to want to talk about long COVID at our meeting coming up shortly.
And that's a look at what's making headlines on this Monday morning. We will be back at it, as we always are, to gather the news, disseminate the news, and broadcast the news. We'll have it for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Eric Grandstrom will handle sports. Grant Olson in the anchor chair, and also doing a little weather forecasting. Check out the news at 5, 6, and 10. And we love to hear from you, our viewers. Keep up the good work. You got a news tip or just something that's happening? Let us know. You can use our Facebook app. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon, or there's a telephone number at the bottom of your screen for you inclined to use the telephone. Going to take a break. When we come back, we're talking Mariner baseball. We're talking high school baseball. Prep results from the weekend, the Seahawks draft, and more. With sports, we'll have the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, my Magnati's got an opinion, and my conversation with Holly Brown up at Siren Winery in beautiful Lake Chelan for the upcoming Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Fest. All coming up in this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Spring brings new beginnings, new growth, and new hope. At Pat Armstrong Ford, we work hard to make sure you find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and season. Spring means more time outside, spending quality time with friends and family, enjoying everything the new season brings. Whatever you want to do out there, we've got the vehicle to get it done.
Get your spring started right in a new Ford or Lincoln at Pat Armstrong Ford, where we are community strong.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located at the beautiful Highlander Golf Course in East Wenatchee. Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner with dine-in or takeout options. Highlander Bar and Grill's friendly staff is here to serve you 7 days a week. Call for reservations Friday night prime rib dinner. Contact Chelan, Highlander Grill's site coordinator, to schedule your corporate event or special occasion today.
18 minutes after the hour, sports. M's took 2 of 3 from the Angels over the weekend, including a nice little 2-0 victory at T-Mobile Park. On Sunday, Justice Sheffield and 4 relievers combined in the 5-hit shutout. Seattle improves to 16-13 on the season. Sheffield didn't exactly overpower the Angels, but he didn't have to either.
Strike 3 called. Now to Red, Stassi not pleased for his strikeout for Justice Sheffield today.
Well, he didn't like it, but it's a perfect pitch.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. How about that nasty slide piece? Quick inning requested and quick inning granted. Nice work by Sheffield. Strike 3 call. How about that to dot the corner? 2-2 to Pujols. There goes the bat, and there is strike 3. What a way to end it today for Justice Sheffield. The Hall of Famer loses some lumber. Sheffield 6 scoreless against the Halos.
Heck of a job by Chef. He did have his good slider today, and he needed it against that lineup. And then our bullpen continues to do what they've done pretty much all year for us. Gravy was outstanding through the middle of their lineup. Vesti and Miz gets a big out against Ohtani. So heck of a job. Not a ton of offense out there today, but just enough. And our pitching really stood up with some traffic out there on the base.
Mariners turned 3 double plays, and Dylan Moore provided the help at the plate.
Guarantee it for Jose. He'll be kicking himself because of the 3-1 pitch. This might drop in.
Jammed, and it's a base hit. Here comes Seeger. He's burning home. Bobbled for a moment by Trout. Dylan Moore just keeps on driving in runs against the Angels. Puts the Mariners in front 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth.
And for Dylan, he is just working his way out of a slow start. Inside out swing. Serves out into center field. Starting to be a little more aggressive early in counts. And paying off for him.
Luis Torrens celebrated his birthday. He had a double, and he scored a run as well yesterday. The M's welcomed the Orioles into town. 3-game series with Baltimore. First pitch tonight at 7:10. The Orioles come in to the Emerald City after taking 2 of 3 from Oakland. Over the weekend, the A's salvaged the final game of the series Sunday with a 7-5 victory. Matt Olson went 3 for 5 at the plate, including a 2-run home run. Kevin Kiermaier was 3 for 4 for the Rays. Tampa Bay beating Houston 5-4. Brock Holt's 2-run base hit highlighted a 3-run 8th inning for Texas. The Rangers topped Boston 5-3. The Mariners trailed the A's by just a game in the American League West. Houston a game and a half back in third. The Seahawks added depth on offense and defense with its 3 picks. That's all they had, 3 picks in the NFL draft over the weekend. Seattle used its first pick in the second round Friday to choose Western Michigan wide receiver Dwayne Eskridge. He runs a 4.38 40-yard dash. That means he's fast. He's noted for his kickoff and punt return abilities. Besides his sure hands, the Hawks selected Oklahoma cornerback Trey Brown in the 4th round. That fits Seattle's mold for a physical defender, and they moved up in the 6th round to get a giant offensive tackle in Florida's Stone Forsythe. He's 6'8" and 307 pounds. That's big. The Wenatchee Panthers and the Brewster Bears split a doubleheader at historic Recreation Park on Saturday. Bears were looking to win their first game of the season in Game 1. They led 6-3, bottom of the 7th, but that's when the Panthers plated 4 runs to come up with a 7-6 victory. Eric Granstrom had the call right here on the NCW Life Channel.
The 1-0 pitch swung on a fly ball deep to center field. It's going to go over the head of the center fielder. Rounding second, heading for third is Skyleman. He will score on the RBI double by Luke Bear. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, and the pitch to the plate swung on and grounded to the left side, and it's going to be backhanded by the shortstop. Throw to second base. They can't field it cleanly. Round third coming home. A run's going to score. Wenatchee that much closer. For Wenatchee, a 6-5 ball game. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. It's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. The game will be a win for Wenatchee on a 2-run single by Chase McDowell. What a come-from-behind victory for the Panthers, who storm out onto the field and get Chase McDowell in a bear hug out there as Wenatchee comes back big time in the bottom of the 7th to earn the victory here over the Brewster Bears and send the Bears to another unfortunate loss on the season. How about that?
Freshman Brady Wolf was the tough luck loser on the mound in Game 1, but he came through in Game 2. He went 3 for 4 at the plate, including a big 2-run double for Brewster when they scored 5 runs in the 5th inning.
The 1-2 pitch is a curveball swung on. This is going to get in for a base hit and going to score 1 run. And it goes past the left fielder. Tyler Reams can't hold it. And another run's going to score. They're going to go for 3, and it will clear the bases. So a base hit and an error on the left fielder. Reese Vassar trying to clean it up here for Brewster. Give the Bears their first win of the 2021 season. Byer ready. Vassar ready. The 3-2 pitch on the way is outside for, oh my gosh, he called it strike 3. That pitch looked outside, but gone looking is Byer, and that will do it. Brewster wins for the first time this season with a 5-3 victory over Wenatchee.
Tyson Schertenlieb earned the win on the mound. He went 5 innings. He struck out 9. Dylan Kane led Wenatchee, went 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. All right, to the baseball scoreboard we go on Friday. Ephrata and Moses Lake split a doubleheader with the Tigers winning Game 1 2-0. The Chiefs took Game 2 6-3. Royals swept Cascade 12-1 and 12-7. The Elmira Cooley Heartline Crosby Stills Nash and Young team took 2 from Lake Roosevelt 7-6 and 12-2. On Saturday, Eastmont swept a twin bill from Chelan 4-3 and 10-zip. Kashmir claimed 2 from Quincy 19-3 and 12-0. Okanagan had no trouble with Omak 17-3 and 24-3. Tenasket topped Liberty Bell 5-3 and 7-2. Prep softball action on Friday. Here are your scores. Moses Lake sweeps Wenatchee 20-6 and 17-6. Cascade took a pair from Wahluke 20-10 and 15-5. Manson swept Soap Lake 13-3 and 24-14. Brewster popped Pateras, and Lake Roosevelt beat Elmira Cooley Hardline in both games in girls softball. On Saturday, Eastmont split a doubleheader with Ephrata, winning the opener 8-7. They dropped the nightcap 12-6. Omak and Okanagan split a twin bill. The Pioneers won the opener 9-2. The Bulldogs won the second game 17-5. Tonasket took 2 from Liberty Bell in girls softball on Saturday. Boys soccer Friday. Cascade shut out Omak 6-0. Eastmont blanked Royal 4-0. On Saturday, Wenatchee needed the shootout, but they beat Wahluke 3-2. Moses Lake clocked Chelan 6-2. Cashmere got by Brewster 5-2. Quincy edging Ephrata by a goal. It was Okanagan over Liberty Bell 8-2. Tonasket 3-2 in boys soccer over Orville, and Manson beat Bridgeport 2-1. And finally, looking ahead to what we have for you this week, Joel Norman will have the call tomorrow afternoon at Dan White Field in East Wenatchee. The Eastmont Wildcats will host the Ephrata Tigers. Prep baseball. It'll be streamed live on Facebook at 4:30. It'll be on television starting at 7. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Monday, May 3rd. I had 7 obscure holidays on my list. I could have done National Lumpy Rug Day. Chose not to. It's National Garden Meditation Day. It's National Textiles Day. National Raspberry Popover Day. Apparently there's a day for everything. National Chocolate Custard Day. National Two Different Colored Shoes Day. But today we're talking about the paranormal. Ooh, ghosts and goblins and unexplained things, haunted houses. I think every town, every village, every city has that famous house that nobody really knows much about. Nobody seems to go in or out of it very much, and the people who do come and go at odds hours of the days and night. The spooky, the weird, the unexplainable. Yeah, there are a lot of haunted houses out there that charge people money to go check them out. And I'm not talking about the haunted houses that they make as fundraisers in Halloween. I'm talking about houses that people think are really haunted. Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in the paranormal? Unexplained things? You have to believe in things that you can't see, I suppose. I once toured, it's in San Jose, it's called the Winchester House, and it was built on the fortune of the Winchester family, which developed the Winchester rifle. And Sarah Winchester was certain that her home was filled with ghosts and goblins of all the people who were killed using the weapon that her family invented, patented, and made their millions on. And so she kept building rooms onto the mansion so each ghost and goblin that haunted the mansion would have its own room. It's a pretty spectacular and very strange house, the Winchester House in San Jose, California. My ex-wife was convinced our house was haunted. I didn't buy it. Anyway, paranormal day today. Ooh. Today in history. What a remarkable feat. Check this out. This is the only known photo of what happened on May 3rd, 1952. Can you believe that? That is just incredible. Lieutenant Colonels Joseph O. Fletcher and William P. Benedict of the United States lands a plane at the North Pole. That is a very rare photo of the plane actually landing on the North Pole. Who actually made it to the true magnetic North Pole was always controversial. Was it Peary? Was it Cook? Well, they know for a fact that this plane landed at the magnetic North Pole on May 3rd, 1952. It was thought that these were the first people ever to actually be on the magnetic North Pole. As it turns out, 4 years earlier, the Soviets had done it, only they didn't tell anybody. So this was the first for the Americans anyway. They actually landed a plane at the North Pole, Colonel Fletcher and Colonel Benedict. Photoshopped. It's a photoshopped, but it's still kind of cool. Nothing to see here, May 3rd, 1957. The rumors are floating all over Brooklyn and New York City. The Dodgers are going to move to L.A. Walter O'Malley said, the owner of the Dodgers said, I don't know what you're talking about. May 3rd, 1957, we plan on staying. We're not going anywhere. On May 3rd, 1957, unbeknownst to everybody else, Walter O'Malley signed the deal to move the Dodgers to Los Angeles. Nobody knew it at the time. They kept it. It was an incredibly well-kept secret until they finally had to spill the beans a couple of months later. But this was the day he actually told L.A. we're coming. Didn't become news for a few months later. Yeah, nothing to see here. We're not moving. No. Dodgers are staying in Brooklyn. Well, not really. 64 years ago today. May 3rd, 1963, Bull Connor, the sheriff of Birmingham, Alabama, was getting sick and tired of the sit-down protests. They were just arresting people. That's all they were doing. It was just arresting them. There was no real problems during the Birmingham campaign until the Birmingham jail was full. There was no place else to put the protesters. And so Bull Connor told his police force to say, well, we're going to switch tactics now. Instead of just arresting people, we're going to just bust heads. So they decided violence might be the best way to wipe out the Birmingham campaign. So they brought out the high-pressure hoses and the police dogs, and the images and the films were transmitted worldwide, and everybody went, that's what's going on in Birmingham, Alabama. It brought newfound attention to the civil rights movement in Birmingham, Alabama, when they decided, let's start busting heads instead of just arresting people. Didn't work. I was going to show you some of the film. It's not pleasant. 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Nicolo Machiavelli. The Italian Nicolo Machiavelli, the historian and philosopher, born on this date in 1469. He was Italian. His basic overall political philosophy was humans are basically cynical and untrustworthy. And if you're a politician, if you're a leader, it is better to appear virtuous than to actually be virtuous. And in the end, the ends justify the means. If you're a cynical person who has general distrust of American people and politicians specifically, well, you can thank this guy, Nicolo Machiavelli, whose name now is a verb. Machiavellian means untrustworthy. He was born to this date in 1469. Bing, Harry Lillis Bing Crosby, born in Tacoma on this date in 1903. Of course, he was raised in Spokane. The Bing Crosby Museum is on the campus of Gonzaga University. He went to Gonzaga, but he actually never graduated. Not a lot of people know that. Bing Crosby was the single biggest recording star of the first half of the 20th century, and he was the first multimedia star. He led the way. He was the first person ever to be a star on radio, on recordings, on television and motion pictures, concerts, the great Bing Crosby. Born in the state of 1903, died of a heart attack on the golf course in 1977. That's the way I want to go. He said, we had a great round, boys. Let's go have a Coke, and he dropped dead. Bing Crosby, born in the state in 1903. More people probably learned more songs from Pete Seeger than any other American. Pete Seeger of the Almanac Singers, eventually the Weavers, a great songwriter, the legendary Pete Seeger. We miss the man, born in the state in 1919, died 6 years ago at the age of 94. Mr. Dynamite, the godfather of soul, soul brother number one. Ow, he feels good. He was James Brown. He was born in this state in 1933. We lost him in 2006 at the age of 73, but the music lives on. I listened to some James Brown over the weekend. Ooh, it's good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, musical legend Frankie Valli. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Class of 1990. He is 87 years old today. And Willie Geist, one of my favorite television personalities. Happy birthday, Willie. He's 46 today. All right, I'm going to take a break. Mike McNaughty, he's got an opinion. And then my conversation with Holly Brown up at the Siren Song Winery and Restaurant on the shores of Lake Chelan. The Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Fest is coming up. That'll be the topic of conversation with Holly when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbiss here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today, 509-663-7900.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
Wow, Wenatchee Valley, spring has sprung and Collins Fashions is totally ready. Come see us at Collins for superb service and selection in downtown Wenatchee.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tamer.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the doghouse?
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been providing heating and cooling services in our valley since 1984. Arctic offers a variety of refrigeration and heating services, proudly now selling Bryant Systems. Heating and air conditioning for your home or business. Commercial refrigeration service for your coolers, freezers, and prep tables. And now, full service on gas fireplaces for your home or business. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, in grade school, I was taught that George Washington never told a lie. Really, never? I mean, come on. And then I was taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Well, no, he didn't, okay? Eric the Red probably got here 500 years earlier, and it wasn't even North America where Christopher Columbus landed, okay? And here's another good one. Native Americans and Pilgrims ate turkey on the first Thanksgiving. I don't think so. Who makes up this stuff, and why did they cram it down my throat when I was too young to challenge them? And you want to know what else? Another huge lie that I was told? I have searched numerous people-seeking sites. I have used many search engines, and I've looked all over the internet, and I can't even find one person named John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, let alone two. Now, I say it's time to promote honesty in education. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts are escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the Retune Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It has been a fantabulous trip up here to Chelan. We had a chance to visit with our friend Mike Cooney. We had a visit with Aaron talking about beautiful downtown Chelan. Our friends at Slidewaters. It's been a 5-star day, and why not close it out by visiting one of the great wineries up here in the Lake Chelan Valley? And it doesn't get much better than Siren Song. Holly is joining us. Thank you for your hospitality.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
So
we
glad
appreciate
you're
it.
here.
Let's get into the gist. First of all, we have a couple of things to talk about. But first of all, the big festival coming up in May. It's wine and jazz. What else could there be?
Right. I mean, what goes better with wine than jazz? And you're a big jazz fan.
Love jazz.
So I know you're into it. You're going to be having a great time. Yeah, you know, Siren Song has been a founding sponsor of the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. It's truly unique because of the format of it. It takes place at wineries and venues all around this beautiful lake. This year, Siren Song Farms will be, which is just located about 5 minutes up the road, will be one of the places that people can go for music. But there's music at Lark Hill and Succession, and there'll be sound stages downtown on Wooden Avenue, and Vindalock and Wapato Point Cellars and Tipsy Canyon Winery and Amos Rome.
Amos, yes, I was going to say.
I mean, there's just so many beautiful wineries around this lake. There's 30+ wineries in the Lake Chelan Wine Valley, and we're really proud and pleased to be one of them.
And you brought in talent. These aren't just run-of-the-mill jazz guys who happen to sell insurance, Monday through Friday. These guys are jazz pros.
This is international,
and ladies too.
Yeah, this is international talent, Grammy-winning, Grammy Award-nominated artists. Also, the other nice thing about the Jazz Festival, the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival, is that it's a really eclectic mix. So you have not solos, but you have singers, crooners, you have big bands, you have funk, you have fabulous drummers like Kobe Watkins, the group Ted, and fabulous keyboardists like Colin Provence. And I don't know if you've ever seen Greta Matassa. She's a regional artist out of Seattle. She's fantastic. She's been here every year.
She finds notes I didn't know existed.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
Cascadia Groove is so fun. They're just a really great groove band. They'll make you want to get up and dance for sure. With COVID, I think maybe you have to wear your mask to dance, but everything's going to be outdoors for the Jazz Festival. All of the locations are outdoors, so people will feel comfortable. All the COVID rules are being followed. And the other nice thing is every single place you go, in part because they're at the venues and the performances are at wineries, you're going to drink great wines from all over the Lake Chelan Wine Valley, and all of the venues will also have some type of food offering. So for example, at Siren Song Farms, we're going to have Captain's Cod food truck because we don't serve food out there. So that'll be a food option. You can also bring a picnic out when you come to that one. All of the different venues will be offering some type of food and maybe even partnering with other local food purveyors. And I know if you go downtown on Thursday night, where all of the shows are on these sound stages right downtown, Chelan, you can buy food from, takeout food from any of the restaurants in town, take it into the sound stage. There'll be wine served up there, offered from a variety of different Lake Chelan wineries. And you can just sit down and eat and drink and listen to great music and hang out.
How does the it sounds like so many options. How does the ticketing work? I feel like I'm almost overwhelmed. I want to specifically see this band at this winery at this time, and then how does that whole thing work out?
So the way that it works is you really want to buy a full festival pass. It's good for all of the shows from Thursday through Sunday. And it's really not very expensive. I mean, even if you bought a pass and only saw a few shows, I think it's really worth it. So the price on the festival pass is $129 on the day of, but if you purchase in advance, it's $99. Sorry, $119 full on the day of, $99 in advance. So you save $20 by purchasing in advance. That full festival pass is $99.
How can you get away with that? I mean,
right, for 4 days of music.
Aren't you supposed to be making money on this thing? 99 bucks? Come on,
first of all,
Holly.
that pass gets you access to 23 bands, or 23 performances at 10 different venues. 14 different artists are playing. So if you miss an artist at one place, you can pick them up someplace else. So that's another nice thing. You just can't go wrong. I mean, it's just the best thing. And the other great thing is that all of the proceeds from the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival go to local Chelan charities. So it's not a profitable, I wouldn't say it's not a profit, it's not a profit-driven event. It's really designed to create a great experience for people, bring people out to Chelan to enjoy the beauty we have here, the great wineries and the great wine, listen to great music, and then support our local community.
And everybody is on board on this. I mean, this is, there's a lot of wineries out here, and the variety of vineyards. If you're an oneophile, you might as well just move here and get that over with altogether. But you've all teamed up, and that I think is really cool, because you're all in the same boat here. Yeah, the winery. There's all kinds of different wineries, but in the end, all of you, your wineries are in this together, aren't you?
For sure.
In that
I always
respect.
say, a rising tide floats all boats. I think that's, that's kind of an old saying, but I think it applies here, because the more people that come to enjoy the wine experience here, the better, and the more great things there are to experience, the more people will come. And so we just want to be a part of that. We have our own vibe here at Siren Song Winery and Restaurant. We are a kind of a hybrid model between being a winery and a restaurant. So you can just come here, sit down, look at that beautiful view from anywhere inside or outside, have delicious wine, do a tasting, grab some food, whatever, just have it your way.
As soon as you pull up the hill, Holly, and you pull into the circular driveway, you get the vibe of Siren Song, and that must have taken a lot of work and a lot of thought, because you can't fake that. No. There's nothing cosmetic about this place, is there?
Well, from the ground up, we always decided that we wanted to create this 360-degree experience, so that from the moment you drove up to the moment you walked in and sat down and were greeted and treated well and had great wine presented to you in a really interesting way, beautiful food, beautiful view, that kind of reminds you of being maybe somewhere in Europe. Mostly it's kind of a French Provençal style, but it doesn't matter where you feel you are, it's just whatever makes you happy. And we just wanted to execute the experience in such a way that when you were here, you're here. You don't have to think about being elsewhere. You're off your computer, hopefully you're off your iPhone or your electronics, and you really are taken away to a place that just makes you feel comfortable and happy. And like I said, we've got this beautiful view to work from. So, you just have to complement that.
The vibe is palatable. It really is. I feel like I could be literally in the French Riviera right now, and I'm not.
That's what we were going for.
I'm a 45-minute drive from my house, and yet you wouldn't know by being here. Every winery has a signature, I wouldn't say wine or vintage, but something that they hang their hat on. You brought some samples with you. What do we have here, Holly? Take it.
Well, our house style is really meant to be fruit-forward, medium weight wines that are ready to drink out of the bottle, so that you're not tasting a lot of tannin and a lot of, something I got to put this bottle away for a few years before it's drinkable. Our wines are drinkable. We have a lot of variety. We open everything, because we kind of think that people should, especially if they're if they want to join a wine club or come back frequently, they should have more things to try, right? So we have a real eclectic expression of various wines. We tend to be influenced by European style, French varietals, Spanish varietals, Italian varietals and blends. My husband, Kevin, is the winemaker. This last year, he won over 20 awards across the board with, with various wines, some of which are award-winning wines right here. This particular one right here, it's called the Contessa Francesca. Every wine has a story behind it and a name that is reflective of the story. This one actually is named after the story about the wedding ring and the proposal when Kevin asked me to marry him.
What did you say?
I said yes. Okay. It was my ring is a countess's ring, and Contessa Francesca is a kind of a reflection, a story about the Syrah that we were drinking when we were together the night that he proposed. But anyway, this is an estate Syrah, and it's right here from our estate vineyard in Chelan, in the Lake Chelan AVA. And this one here is a Cab Franc. This is a fabulous wine. This is from our estate vineyard in the Rocks District AVA, which is a sub-AVA within Walla Walla. It's very exclusive. Not a lot of fruit comes out of that AVA. It's delicious. This has won probably more awards than any wine that won awards this year for us. And this is a little beauty. we call this the Rodin, after the artist. And it's a Chardonnay. And it's a French-style wine. It actually comes across, I think, almost like a Sauv Blanc. It's really bright, really has a nice acidity to it. But like I said, we have something for everyone. Whatever you like, I think that you'll find something at Siren Song to try and enjoy.
What's a good day for Holly and Kevin? Give me a good day at Siren Song.
Well, for me, it's seeing people just laughing, smiling, drinking, relaxing, and just taking in this beautiful view, having some good food together, and just enjoying each other's company. We live here on the property, so we're here all the time, and we get to know our wine club members and our customers, and they become friends of ours, they're neighbors, and so to me, it's like just being part of that community and making people happy. I mean, I think, my husband and I always talk about when we're hiring people, that to work at Siren Song, you have to have the hospitality gene. And I think that he and I, part of what brings us together as a couple, he's the wine guy, I'm the executive chef, so we always say it's the perfect food and wine pairing. Ha ha. But, we really do feel that way about just trying to be hospitable and make it a beautiful experience for people. It's hard with COVID and, the challenges and the stresses of that people are under. I think sometimes they're just really ready to get away, and they want to get away to some place that just makes them feel like they are away. I mean, they can't travel to Europe, or they can, I suppose, but not easily. And there's a lot of
What's the point? You got
you
this.
Don't need to. Just come to Siren Song and feel like you've been taken away.
The word I'm taking away from this whole trip up here to Chelan, talking to our friends at Slidewaters and talking to Mike and talking to Aaron and now talking to Holly, there's a lot of passionate people who live in the Chelan Valley and Lake Chelan Valley and call this area home, and this is the word I'm taking away from our day trip up here, and I wish it was longer than that. We'll be back again. Is passion. You clearly enjoy what you do for a living.
Yeah, we do. I mean, how can you not enjoy what you do when you live here and you work here?
Let's circle back to where we began about the Big Jazz Fest. I'm going to let you handle all the details on tickets and websites and everything you need to know while I am going to drink a little bit of your
Fantastic.
Your
you
Chardonnay,
enjoy that.
if you don't mind.
The
it's
Jazz
yours,
Festival is May 20th through 23rd. It's 4 days. As I mentioned, it's 23 different performances, 10 different venues all around the lake, from Siren Song Farms to all the way around. Those shows that start on Thursday are going to be fun because it does bring people to downtown on Thursday. Fabulous artists. You want to get your tickets and get information if you want to know who's playing, if you want to know what the lineup of artists is and where they're playing, the full schedule. There's a whole FAQ set of frequently asked questions that will tell people what to think about, what to bring, all of that. It's all at chelanwinejazz.com. And once you purchase your tickets, and I should say, we will absolutely 100% sell out well before the shows. The tickets are selling like crazy, and I'm not saying that to be like get your tickets before they sell.
It's true.
They're probably going to be sold out in the next 2 weeks. That's what I think, based on the run rate that we're seeing. So get your tickets, and then the check will actually be outdoors, right in front of Coldwell Banker, which is right when you get into town,
Right in the
that
heart of
big
downtown,
building, right?
right there.
So you'll see a big jazz festival sign and tents. Your ticket price includes a tote bag, which will have a little wine glass, a logoed wine glass, a mask for you, a bottle of water, and your program. So you'll have all of that. And then, I guess, last but not least, we have lots of sponsors. But I do want to thank our platinum sponsors. So Morgan Stanley is a platinum sponsor. Lakeside Lodge is a platinum sponsor. North Cascades Bank, the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce, and of course, Siren Song Wines is also a platinum sponsor.
Salute.
Salute.
Here we go. This is
Enjoy.
I'm not a Chardonnay guy, but this is good.
Oh,
This
good.
is
I'm glad
really
you
good.
like it.
Yes.
All right.
All right, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're deep in the wine cellar here at Siren Song. Thanks again, Holly, for putting up with our nonsense. We had a wonderful time, and can't
I think
wait.
you're going to like this Cap Franc.
Oh. We're going to take a quick commercial
I
break,
think
and
we
when we
are.
come back, I'm going to drink that. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. See their full line of Crown Line boats. Crown Line features the Forte gel coat, which perfectly accentuates the sporty silhouette of this boat. Its contours are further enhanced by Crown Line's patented fast tab hull design, which not only embraces the distinctive sports car styling, but also ensures a safe and comfortable ride. See Crown Line boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors. We're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs in a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue or visit online at savemart.net. Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master, Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
And we are back, getting ready to put a big old ribbon and bow on this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. A few high clouds. We're at 49 degrees. We'll be kissing 70 anyway. Warmer than that by the middle of the week, and then a significant change in the weather, a significant cool down coming up this weekend from the National Weather Service. Here's what we're looking at. Partly cloudy skies today, 71, our forecast high, light wind. Nothing like we had over the weekend. It was very windy on Saturday and even breezy at times on Sunday. Not going to have to deal with the wind today. It's going to be a little windy tonight, however. A northwest wind about 6 to 14 miles an hour. Gorgeous day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. We'll be in the lower 70s, topping off at about 73. 42 for the overnight low. There's no wind at all in the forecast for Tuesday or Tuesday night. Wednesday, warmer still as high pressure seems to be going to be establishing itself starting tomorrow afternoon, lasting through Wednesday, Thursday, and then Thursday night is when the change has begun. We could see some light rain Thursday night. Certainly Friday, big time cool down. Our normal high close to 70. It's going to be below normal on Friday with a chance of rain on Friday, which is fine. I could use a little rain here and there. 41 for the overnight low Friday night. Then into the weekend we go. They're still kind of hitting and missing. Of course, it's a ways away. We'll have a better idea of what the weekend's looking like by Wednesday. But right now it looks pretty good. Quite a bit of sunshine with slightly cooler than normal temperatures on Saturday, and on Sunday the overnight lows will be in the lower 40s. So no real big problems. Weather-wise, looks pretty nice as we begin May. And that is it for us. We hope you start your Tuesday tomorrow with us. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.